I didn't read this. I just wonder. You said Deontic Petronets. So I want you to just briefly explain to me why you call Deontic Petronets, and then what's the difference between this and other Petronets, and what's the semantic?
Okay, yeah, that's right. Let's have a chance to look at the demo again.
Now we go to the appendix.
Thank you. The best way to show an example, the best way to explain. Okay, what I do here, you see there's the certain formula associated with state and transition.
But it's a leading question. You might, because knowing where he's coming from, is it really a different kind of Petri net? Or is it simply an interpreted Petri net?
Yeah, I don't think it's a new kind of Petri net, as I said here. It's an add-on, I think an add-on to a conditioned event net with formulas on state and transition to model action and deontic relation. To model deontic chain and deontic relation is more specific.
So it's not even a colored Petri net?
No, it's the conditioned event net. It's very specific.
But I don't think it's conditioned event net. See, because you attach interpretation to all place transitions. Yes. And this is indeed a high-level Petri net. And so, but it is not.
Why do you say it's high level?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Why do you say it's high level?
See, look at simple control is fine, but how do you interpret that? Semantics is attached to it. So it is actually a combination of formal method and informal method.
But you always attach
this is not the text. Sorry. This is not the text. This is the formula, and the syntax and the semantic of this formula has been defined rigorously in chapter 4.
So that is fine, but if you take everything away, look at that Petronets. It doesn't have any, it has execution. The token gets there, right?
Sure.
But what happens is, how do you understand it? It doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, right?
Sure. It tells you exactly from here.
So
the seller has obligation to the buyer.
That is for each place. You have to define it with attach a formula to it.
Yes, I have defined the formula attached to
so that is not low-level Petronets.
But consider, what I'm hearing him say, maybe, is in prologue, all of these capital letters are variables. So
no, it's not.
Wait a second, hang on. So where do the bindings come from? They would have to come from the tuple. That is, for a particular instance coming through here, it would have to be, it's not just a dot. It would have to be a tuple that gives the constants, that gives the binding of who is the seller, what are they delivering.
Right,
so
right. That's the known in the definition.
That's first thing. Yeah, actually it's
so
high
you
level.
agree with that, don't you?
Yeah. but further than that, actually it's beyond that. Look at that place, P1. What does P1 mean? You mean that whole formula is P1. Is that right?
The P1 with a token here means that this formula holds.
It's true.
It's true.
That's right. So actually that place is not simple place. In Petronets, the place is about state. But here is a formula. What is formula? Think about that. That's way beyond the high-level Petronets.
No. A formula simply means it has unbound variables.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, in logic, that's what a formula is.
I think Professor Sudokai, let me explain a little bit. Okay. As defined, you may hear, because in this case, a state associated to a formula, right?
Right.
The place I define a state. A state is a marking. And a marking, there's maybe...
No, state is...
State is a marking.
Right, that's fine. A state is a marking. In this one, for instance, we have 1, 0, 0, so forth.
Right.
Okay. And the formula is associated to state in this way. The formula state is the formula of play, and in this one, assume this is another.
Wait a minute. A formula is a set of states.
No,
no,
because there is a mistake. What he means is not Vu. What you mean is not the formula, but the truth value of this formula. And this is also 0 and 1, and this is why it's a condition event net. He has written the formula as a memorandum, but it doesn't play any role in enabling or not enabling that transition. What does play a role is only true, false.
Yeah.
So he has
the
written
token
it
is true.
so we remember it. But it's only true, false, two states.
I think you're using a different.
That is fine.
What do you mean by formula?
No,
You're
true,
saying,
false is fine.
when you say formula, you mean something different than is meant in logic.
No. It's
No.
look at that. True, false is fine. But if I take that away, I just say I replace with another one, also true, false. Do they have the same meaning? This whole diagram has no meaning at all, right? I change the meaning of everything. If I replace that formula with a different one, I just do with the truth
That's the thing
value.
I say. The formalism is combine patronage and the logic. If you take out the logic, of
Right.
course there's no sense.
Nothing, right?
Right. Sure.
So that-
the thing
that's-
is the combination
that's-
between the logic.
That's
aspect
exactly
and
what I
the
said.
patronage.
This is way beyond the high-level patronage because you have to attach meaning to that.
No, because if you have a condition event net,
Right.
you can interpret it in an infinitum of ways.
That-
It's the same condition event net.
That's fine. That's fine. That exactly. But in that case, you only model the process that you're not interpreting,
No.
right? But here you try to say this is the process. See, you look at that. In order to make this a formal definition, what you need to do, for each place you have to have a mapping to a set of formulas.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
What is that kind of net? That is
Right.
way beyond
Right.
elementary, and that's
The
way
thing-
beyond
right. The thing is,
high-level patronage.
The thing is that
No.
for every place true or false, I need
basic.
to map to a set of formula.
He is not having this mapping.
Yeah.
If we take a simple, any
Right,
interpretation of a simple condition
Right.
event net,
Right.
the interpretations are propositions,
Right.
propositions on the places.
Right.
So if the place has a token, that proposition is true.
Sure.
If the token's not there,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
proposition is false.
Right.
Okay, a proposition can contain embedded constants, so that proposition, it's raining, all right, or it's raining in Miami,
That's
or it's
fine.
raining
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Those are all
Yeah,
propositions,
that's fine. That's
all right?
Yeah.
But raining X is not a proposition because X is not bound.
Right.
Until X
Yeah,
is
yeah.
bound, then it becomes a
Yeah,
proposition.
that's fine.
But when it's bound,